Okay, I've not done one of these for a while, so I thought I would look at another one. It's a box been out for a while. It's not a new box by any stretch of imagination. It's old style, and it's this Northern Knights by Conquest Games. So this came about because myself and a group of friends have decided that we are going to, while in lockdown and other things, try and get a Force of Line Rampant built and painted up. So 24 point for Line Rampant by Osprey Games, built up. So we're going for early Crusade period. So Northern Knights fit into the early Crusade period quite nicely. I've got two boxes I'll be going through, but I'll do this one first, Northern Knights, and then we'll also look at the Devolt Foot Sergeants. But I'll do that in another video because they're the two boxes I'm using for my my force, and actually the two boxes are enough to make a 24 point force, actually with men to spare. So we'll go over it. So I've already opened the kit, and I've actually started building some already, started painting them already. So we'll go over, show you the built ones and paint ones a bit. But I just want to go first over the box itself. It's nice artwork on it. It's not the best artwork that is out there, but they've used like quite a nice period painting for it. The actual models on there are really nice. When you see the models on it, you see one at the bottom corner there. It's nice. It shows you good what they can be and what they look like. On the back, again, it talks a bit about obviously Northern Knights and what they're for, but actually, and then it's got a unit of men at the back. They're made up now. Obviously, this is designed for a 15-man box, so it's designed for a 15-man unit. Whereas the unit, I mean, as you can see, a 12-man, they've built to show you 12-man units that give you 3 spare. See, I'm doing Line Rampant, so they come in units of 6, so I'll be able to get 2 units out of this and a spare one. And then obviously, if I ever decide to do another unit, I can buy another box and make more units out of it. I'm using this box to make 2 units. First unit is 6 mounted men-at-arms, so for that I'm primarily going to be using, well, I am using the ones with leather and fabric, leather and sort of fabric kind of torsos and heads, and the squad leader is going to be in chainmail. And then for my other unit, I'm going to do men-at-arms, mounted men-at-arms, and then there's enough chainmail in there, and obviously the leader there will have the plate mail. Well, not quite plate mail, but it's a bit better than chainmail on the model. The only downside is they don't give you fully enough sort of leather and cloth armor to make a whole unit all in cloth and leather, but it's a minor issue. It's just because I'm using it for Line Rampant that I want that, just to make it look, just to help separate my units from mounted men-at-arms to mounted sergeants. That's the only reason why I need it for. Shields, there's a nice mix of shields in there. We'll go through them in a minute. Some are borders, some are without borders, depending on if they've got their hands attached or not. Weapons, you've got swords, obviously you've got the spear on it, and obviously you've then got a flag as well for one. So for my units, because obviously there's only one command group in the box, I'm using the horn blower for my mounted sergeants, and I'll be using the one with the pennant. I'll be using him for my men-at-arms. So we'll go through the sprues. Obviously, I have cut some out already, so there will be gaps in sprue, but we'll go through them later on. It's not a problem. So first off, I'll find a full sprue, and we'll go through. Now, the full sprue that I was looking at, that's not quite full because it's missing a man on it. These, so the horses are really nice. There was one issue I found building them, but I'll go over that later on, which is mainly the head, but we'll go through it. There's 3 different styles of. Sorry, I try to focus. I apologise. 3 styles of horses. And it's repeating now. Obviously, it's meant for 15 men. You get 4 bodies and 3 horses on each sprue. They do then also give you a little sprue with just 3 horses on, so just the bottom part with just 3 horses on to make up for what you need, because obviously there's not enough on it. So there's the shields we're talking about. So you've got the shields here. You've got this one here, which has no border on it. And on the back of that, there's a hand attached to it, which I quite like the back. There's more detail on the back. And that one there, again, there's holding it and detail on the back. And that one's got a wee little border around to it so you can use. Also comes with round shields as well. I'm not using them, but they're not suitable for my period, but they are suitable for obviously you do Normans and Saxons. And then you've got your swords there and spears there. So these are the chainmail bodies, obviously. You get 3 in each one, and then you get the heads there. The only thing I wasn't keen about on the heads, it's not as evident on the chainmail ones They're a bit, they're a bit bulky on the head, which is fine for chairmail, but for the cloth ones it seems a bit much. But we'll go through them a bit more. That's the main sprue. You also do get a command sprue, which I will get. You can see the paint ones there I've done. I've started to paint there, but we'll go through the command. So I've got cut off. So this is the command sprue that you get with it. Obviously, I've taken a lot of them out because two of the guys come with padded cloth torsos, which I really wanted to use for the Mounted Sergeants to keep more roughly the same. But what is nice is you do get the wounded marker, which is quite nice, a bit of scenery. If you get a pennant, I'll show you the horn that in a second, and then you get the main leader, which say he's not quite chainmail, he's more of a plate kind of on him. I'm not quite sure what style it is. He's your leader's body, obviously, and then your head for your leader is this one here, which has sort of the crown embedded on the helmet. Again, you get shields, same thing, and the horses are exactly the same on this sprue as they are on the other. So you do only get 3 types of horses, 3 poses, but it's not in the world. Even if you're doing a 6-mounted man or a 15 unit, you don't really know. Obviously, the shields, the oval shields are off at the moment, so we'll show you them in a second. So the detail's quite nice. The horses are really nice when they are put together. There is issues putting together, as I said before, but we will go through that, and I'll show just main issue. Hopefully, you guys see it on the painted models more than on these ones at the moment. They're obviously not put together. So they're a nice unit. So you get enough for 15, but say most games you are only using 12 or say 6 in case of line rampant 12s. So this, if I can focus it in, this is one of the ones I've made up that's been sprayed ready to be painted. So I don't mind, that head's quite nice thin. However, if you look at the other head, again, I've gone for cloth because it is the Mounted Sergeants. It will focus, I apologise. You can just see there, it's quite a chunky head, which I'm not quite sure if I'm happy about, but it's not the end of the world. The other thing about this, I don't mind, at the moment it's like I'm using the upright spear positions, which is quite nice as sort of marching forward rather than charging forward. However, there's not many of them, so actually I think I've used them all up on these guys. So actually being able to make a unit the same, you're going to be looking at these kind of thrusting motion ones for the rest of them. Unfortunately, it's just the way that it works out. But we'll play with them more, and I will play them up, build them up, and once the army's finished, I'm going to do a bit, talk through it. I'll build up what I've done, and I'll show you the more all built then. Looking at the horses, so I've got 2 of the ones I've painted here, and these ones aren't, but you can see the neckline there. I haven't moulded ones because I was going to do a video painted them to show you the difference in them and what they do. Others aren't as bad, but no matter how much you line them up, and they took a while to line up these, you can see the line on one side is fine, on the other side it isn't, and that's with it sort of at top there, level, at the bottom it just slightly protrudes. So the heads aren't very good. I've talked to a few people about this, because a few of the things I know have got it as well, and they're having the same problem. The heads just don't quite line up with the body that you've got. But they are, like I say, when they're made up, the actual horses' bodies are really nice. There's quite a lot of detail in them. It doesn't take them much to bring out that detail and keep it very simple. But actually, it seems to have worked really well for me, so I'm quite happy with that. But it was the neck issues I had with them. And then I've got those 2 others. This is the unit as it comes into focus now that I've painted. Again, the horses are the same sort of issue, the heads, but other than that, they're fine. The poses are actually really nice, the horses. I haven't glued my men on. They are where I've got the sticks here. I've just cut them short, and I've just drilled a hole in the horse so I'll sit them on. So the idea being that once I've got it all made up and played out, there's a couple of horses that seem like they're charging forward. This one, that one, and then obviously one back here. Charging forward, that I probably want to use for the ones with throwing spears rather than the ones with marchers. So I can play around that a wee bit as we go. The kit is really nice. It's not an expensive kit. I don't think I paid. I think I paid about 20 quid for it, if that. It's really nice. The box art, I say, if you're a box person, I wouldn't say it's the best box art out there, but they do give you on the back a very nice close-up of the models. So you can actually see what they are, what you are getting, and there's some lovely paint ideas for the horses, especially because that was my whole thing, what to do horses. I've not painted them before, but also sort of for shield designs and what they can use. So in that respect, it's a nice wee kit. the box gives you nice pinchers. I say I would have personally liked probably different options with the spears, more like a lance kind of idea with it rather than throwing. But then obviously historically this is what they've done, so they've gone for more accuracy with it. But they are nice models; they do fit nicely. That's the box of Northern Knights Conquest. I'll put a video up on you. When it's on YouTube, I'll try and mix it together or have it separate, but we'll see. I will be going over the foot sergeants for DeVault next. That'll probably be a day or two. I'll get that up. Okay.